There was a man named Lee, didn't know a 2 from a 3. Yet odd as it seems, won cash by the reams. Now he owns part of NBC on Card Sharks. And here's the host of Card Sharks, Jim Perry.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Jan. And welcome to Card Sharks. Good to have you here. Thank you. Well, thank you. This opening poem is more like an opening limerick. I'd like to hear some of the ones you didn't send in. Michael Gullickson of Las Vegas, Nevada. Thank you, Michael. Now let's open the board and get to the cards. And Janice and Marky, if you will, start loading in the cards. We have a game in progress with these Card Sharks. Hello, Linda Aldred, our champion, our lady football player.
Definitely.
Now, for those who have not seen you before, how did you get the idea of starting an all-girls professional football team?
Some friends of mine and I just decided it would be fun to play tackle football, full pads and everything. And we wanted to see what it was all about. And so we got some more friends together, and that's how we did it. And then we played 3 games all around town and had a great time.
Weren't the pads heavy?
Well, I had junior high school pads
Oh,
because I'm so little.
Linda, you're a fine champion. You've won $2,950 with us. Doing very well. And our challenger, Gloria Johnson. Good to see you again, Gloria. Gloria, our law student, won't you again remind us about yourself?
Well, unfortunately, I'm not a law student anymore. I've already graduated from law school.
That's right, yes.
And postgraduate law school in Brussels, Belgium. And here I am in Southern California, originally from Guyana, South America. And I'm now working for a major insurance company.
How did you come to go to Brussels for your postgraduate work?
Because I was primarily interested in international law, and Brussels happens to be a very major international center.
Well, we wish you well. We've got the fingers crossed about the bar exams for you.
Thank you very much.
Good luck to both of you. And the cards have been shuffled. The players cut them. Linda, the champion, plays the upper cards, the red cards. And Gloria, the challenger, the lower cards, the blue cards. And you can see we have a game in progress. Linda needs 3 cards. Gloria has to turn over 4 cards to win the first game in the best 2 out of 3 match. As we left off, Linda, the question goes to you. We found 100 women who are millionaires and asked them, would you marry a man you loved if he did not have a penny to his name? How many women millionaires said they would marry him anyway?
I don't think very many women would do that. They would want someone that's in their class, their type, to show around to the parties that they go to. So I'm going to say it's a low number, 11. 11
lady millionaires would marry a man anyway if he didn't have a nickel.
I think it's definitely higher than that, because once you already have the money, you know, a woman is looking for happiness in some form or another, and I think many women would go with a man who doesn't have money.
So you say higher. And if it is higher, Gloria, you'll go to the board first. If not, it'll be Linda. And the actual number of women millionaires who would marry a penniless man is 65. Very much higher, Gloria. Well, it's nice to know that love conquers all. Gloria, we left off with a 10 as your base card.
I don't like that 10. I'll change it, definitely.
Anytime you win the question, you have the right to change it. 2, a queen. Good
Great
change.
card. Fantastic. I'll go lower.
Lower than a queen? Yes, a 5.
Higher.
Gonna risk it. Higher than a 5. It is a 9.
Freeze.
And we move over the freeze bar. We can't take those cards away from you. And we are at sudden death. Someone has to win with this next play of the cards. Gloria, we found 100 women on a diet and asked them, have you ever seriously considered having your jaws wired shut? Now, some people who are desperate to lose weight have had this done. How many women on a diet said they have seriously considered having their jaws wired shut?
I would think that'd be a very high number. Because, you know, looking at all the weight-reducing products on the market, you realize that many people would do anything just to lose weight and to have that self-control. I'd say 4 to 5 women would.
45 women have seriously considered having their jaws wired shut.
I'm going to say it's a little lower because I've been on a diet before, and I should be able to rely on my self-control, not have to have my jaws wired shut.
So you say lower.
Yes.
The actual number of women on a diet who have considered having their jaws wired shut is 18. Very much lower. Linda. Linda, in sudden death, you have a 10. You need 3 cards. Gloria has a 9. She needs 2 cards. Your decision, Linda. Do you want to play
I'd
it or pass it?
I'd like to pass it.
You're going to pass it.
Yes.
Gloria, you have a 9. You did not win the question. You cannot change it. If you can turn them both over, you've got the first game of the match. One mistake, Linda wins. What's this?
I'd say it's Higher.
Going against the odds. She
Yeah.
says higher than a 9. No, it's lower, and Linda wins it in sudden death. Game 1 to the champion with $100. We'll have game 2 coming up in this match right after this. You had a feeling. Game 1 went to the champion with $100. And here come the next cards off the top of the deck. Same 2 decks of cards. And Linda will start game 2 with a question to you.
Okay.
Linda, we asked 100 men. If your best friend wanted to use your home to cheat on his wife, would you let him? How many men said they would let their best friend use their home?
I would hope that would be a low number. I would hope my husband would not let any of his friends use our home. I'm going to say 9.
9. 9 men would let their best friend use their home to cheat.
No, I don't think too many men would do that, because when you have a best friend, a lot of times you tend to know the wife pretty well too. But yet I think 9 is a bit low. I think a few more than that would. So I'd say it's a little higher.
Higher. The actual number of men who would let their friend use their home to cheat is 27. It's higher, Gloria. Well, I think that's carrying friendship to a bit of an extreme. But Gloria, it works for you. You get a 6.
I'd like to change that card.
Changing the 6 to a 3.
That's
Good change.
much better. Higher.
Higher than a 3. Yes, an ace.
Fantastic. Lower.
Lower than an ace. It is a 4.
Card. Higher.
You're going to risk it higher than a 4. Yes, 6.
Freeze. Freeze.
Freezing it. And Gloria needs 1 card to tie up the match. Gloria, we asked 100 women. It's a very embarrassing question to ask a woman. Are your feet too big? How many women said yes, their feet are too big?
Well, I think I'm quite fortunate. I'm pretty tall, but yet I have comparatively small feet.
What size?
But I only wear size 7, which is average.
Okay.
You know, and I think, unfortunately, many women have that problem of having big feet. So I'd say about 4 to 5 women think they have feet that are too big.
45 women say their feet are too big, Linda.
I have to go by personal experience. All of the women in my family were size 5. I'm going to say lower.
Say lower than that.
Yes.
You're happy with the size of your feet?
Yes.
Okay. The actual number of women who think their feet are too big is 28. You're right, Linda. It's lower. And your first look at the base card in this game, Linda, a 7.
Please change the 7.
Changing it to a 6. A little better.
Little bit better. I'm going to go with the odds and say higher.
Higher than a 6. Yes, an 8.
I'm going to freeze.
And with that up the middle card, Linda freezes, and we go to question 3. Linda, it goes to you. Our man on the street went to Las Vegas, where he asked 100 men who were gambling, have you ever hit the jackpot playing the slot machines? How many men said that they have hit the jackpot?
I don't know if that would be very high or not. I've heard stories of people playing slot machines for hours and not hitting any jackpot at all. But I'm going to say 19.
19 men have hit the jackpot.
I think it's a little higher than that, you know, because with people who keep going all the time, even though they might not become a millionaire overnight, I'm sure they do hit it periodically. So I'd say it's a little higher.
Let's find out. The actual number of lucky men who have hit the jackpot playing the slot machines is 38. It's higher, Gloria. Well, the Chamber of Commerce of Vegas will be so pleased. Gloria, what do you want to do with that 6?
I'd like to change it, definitely.
Changing the 6 to an 8. Ooh, you are right up the middle and a big decision.
I'm going to say I don't see any face cards. I'll say it's higher.
If this is higher, you have tied up the match for the win. Higher. Yes, there's the face card, and Gloria ties it up. And we've got a tie with each player with 1 game and $100. We'll set up for the tiebreaker, ladies, if you will. And as you know, players, in the tiebreaker, there are only 3 cards up there and 3 questions here. So someone's going to get a crack at the money cards very quickly. Gloria, we asked 100 men, if you were offered the job of President of the United States, would you take it? How many men said they would not be willing to be president?
I think that would be a pretty high number, because even though people like power, the presidency is a job that has so many frustrations that and it's so difficult. I think probably about 40 men would take it.
No, how many would not be willing?
Or would not be willing. I'd say 60 would not be willing.
60 men would not be willing to take the job as President of the United States.
I think it's going to be a little bit higher. That really is a tough job. I agree with
Higher.
Gloria.
The actual number of men who would not be willing to be President of the United States is 64. It is higher, Linda. And your base card in the tiebreaker, Linda, is a 5.
I'd like to change the 5, please.
Changing the 5 to a 9.
That's okay. I'm going to go with the odds and say lower than the 9.
Lower than a 9.
Please.
Yes, a 2.
Higher than the 2.
For the championship, higher. Yes, and we have a champion once again, Linda. Gloria, you played a great match. Thank you. Good luck with the bar exams. You're leaving us with $100 and some nice party gifts.
Thank you very
Gloria.
much. Bye-bye.
Gloria Johnson. Linda, come on down here. Well, it's 3 times the charm for the big money.
I hope so.
So do I. We'll find out right after this. The money cards after this commercial break. Back with our champion, Linda Aldred, who with the $200 she just won in that game is up to $3,150. And Linda, I was remarking about your charming accent, and what did you say to me?
I think I sound normal. You sound funny.
Oh, we're the ones that sound funny. Let's go for the big money. Linda, let's open the board and get to the money cards. Come on up there. And Linda, as you know, those money cards are all shuffled and cut, and we'll give you $200 to play with and 3 cards on the bottom line. We'll give you another $200 when we move up to the second level. 3 more cards. And remember, your minimum bets are $50 until you get to the top card, the big bet. There you must bet at least half the money.
Okay.
3rd time the charm, right?
Hopefully.
This is for the big dollars. Here's $200. As in the game, you have a choice of 2 base cards to start with. You can, of course, change your base card as you move up to the next 2 levels if you need to. With $200, you're starting with a 6.
I'd like to change the 6, please.
Must play this card. The next card off the top of the deck is a jack.
Jack.
A little better.
I'm going to be bold and bet $200 it's lower than the jack.
Oh, she is being bold. All of it. $200. Lower than a jack? No. Queen. And that boldness cost you the play of these 2 cards, but you're not out of it because the queen goes up to the next level. Another $200 of betting money is yours. You still have 4 cards to go. That
I'm
can
going to
add
bet
up to a
all
lot.
of it lower than the queen.
$200 lower than a queen. Yes,
Yes.
with a 6.
Okay, I'm going to bet $100 it's higher than the 6.
$100 higher than a 6. It is
Yes.
with a 10 to $500.
Okay, 10s haven't been too good for me. I'm going to bet $100 lower than the 10.
$100 bet that this card is lower than a 10. Yes,
Yes.
with a 9. You're making a good comeback. Up to 600 and up goes the 9.
I'd like to change the 9, please.
And you can change it. This is a big card. Changing the 9 to a 6.
Ooh.
Linda, you must bet at least 300. You have 600. You're looking at a 6. What's your big bet?
I'm going to bet $300. I'm going to go with the odds. $300. The next card's higher.
I hope you're right. $300 that this card is higher than a 6. And it is. And you made a great comeback to $900 on the money cards, Linda. You keep playing good. You haven't been able to kill him up there, but inching along with 3 wins, you're up to over $4,000 now.
That's fantastic.
And she's still here. We'll meet a new challenger right after this. And we're back with our champion, Linda Aldrin. You're still playing very well. You play the game very well, Linda. $4,050. All right, Linda, you all set?
I'm all set.
Janice is dealing out 2 brand new decks of cards, and we'll meet a new challenger on Card Sharks. Michael Herdan. Hello, Michael. Welcome.
Jim, how are you? Gotta say hi to Whammy.
Gotta say hi to who?
This is Whammy. This is my good luck charm.
Whammit?
Whammy.
Whammy.
Whammy. Whammy and I've
What
been
is
together for
Whammy?
Whammy is a moose. Here's his ears. Here, and his horns.
Oh,
These are
I
his feet.
see.
And today it was raining in Mission Viejo, so we put a coat on him. So
Oh, hold Whammy up by his whatever those
Let's hold him
moose's
by his
things
horns.
are. There you go. Now there's Whammy. I seem to recall on our last show we had a question about how many men play with toys in the bathtub. Michael, what are you and Whammy doing?
We play in the bathtub.
Oh. How long have you had Whammy?
Whammy's 2 years old. Whammy I got down in Lido. I went down to get a captain's hat, and we were going to go sailing one afternoon, and Whammy fell off the shelf and hit me in the head. And anything that wants me that bad, I have to buy.
Tell us a little more about yourself, Michael.
My name is Michael Herdan. I'm the recreational vehicle sales manager for a large recreational vehicle company in Huntington Beach, California. My hobbies are trap shooting and sport fishing, and now playing this game.
Good. Obviously, Whammy is here as your good luck charm.
Whammy's here as my good luck charm. Yeah,
Okay,
we're
Michael.
partners.
Good luck in the match. You'll play the lower cards, the blue cards. Linda, the champion, the upper cards, the red cards. And Linda, we found 100 kids who come from a family with at least 10 children. And we asked them, would you swap one of your brothers or sisters for a puppy? You betcha somebody said. How many children from large families said, yeah, they'd swap a kid for a puppy?
I have some friends that came from large families, and at times when they were mad at their brothers and sisters, I think that they would have swapped. But I'm still going to say it's a relatively low number. I'm going to say about 32.
32.
I think that I don't think the kids would want to really swap for a puppy. I think the numbers are going to be I think they get used to their brothers and sisters. I'm going to say the number is going to be just a little bit lower.
Okay. Well, that's true. You can always pet baby brother. I don't know. The actual number of children from large families who would swap one of their brothers or sisters for a puppy is 18. Michael, it's lower.
All right.
Michael, you're starting with a 2.
Good card. All right. Let's go higher.
Higher than a 2. Yes,
Good
a queen.
card. Let's go lower.
Lower than a queen. A 5.
All right. Higher.
Risking it higher than a 5 is 6. And now he freezes. Needing 1 card. Michael got off to a great start. Michael and Whammy. And the question goes to Whammy. No, the question goes to you, Michael. Michael, we asked 100 women. If you were going to have a relationship with a millionaire, now listen carefully, would you prefer to be the millionaire's the mistress that he pampers or the wife he neglects? How many women said they would rather be the mistress he pampers?
Ooh, that's a good question. I would say that probably 40 would rather be the mistress that he pampers.
40 would rather be the pampered mistress.
That is a tough question. My instinct tells me to go lower. I think they'd rather be married to him, to be escorted in public on his arm everywhere.
The actual number of women who would rather be the mistress of a millionaire than his wife is 73, not lower. Michael.
Change that card, Jim.
I think maybe the key there was neglected. I think if you're the wife who's neglected, you don't like that. He wants to change that 6.
card.
Big change for the challenger.
Go! Good card. Ooh. I'm going to say that the next card's going to be just a little bit lower.
Look how cocky he gets when he's got an ace there. For the win,
Ow.
lower than an ace.
Go!
Right, you got it. Game 1. Game 1 to the challenger. Janice, if you will set up for game 2. Michael, you look like the cat that swallowed the canary with that ace. Well, just a little lower. Game 1 to the challenger. Here come the cards. Same 2 decks of cards, and the question goes to you, Linda. Our man on the street took a survey of 100 women who were competing in the Miss Nude Galaxy beauty pageant and asked them, which makes you more nervous, posing nude before a crowd of people or giving a speech before a crowd of people? How many nude beauty contestants said they're more nervous giving a speech?
I think that's going to be high because if they have entered the contest, obviously they're not going to be very shy about exposing their body to people. I'm going to say 64.
64 get more nervous giving a speech, Michael.
I think the number is going to be just a little tiny bit lower than that.
Lower.
I think so because if they're going to get up there and do it, it doesn't make any difference. It's going to be lower.
The actual number of nude beauty contestants who would be more nervous giving a speech than posing nude is 80, not lower. Linda, you're right. And in a game that the champion needs, she starts with a queen.
A queen. I like the queen. Lower than the queen.
Lower than a queen. Yes, a queen.
I like the 3. Higher than the 3.
Higher than a 3, a 10.
I'm going to freeze.
Freezing it. Linda needs 2 cards to tie up the match, and we're going to take time out for a brief message of importance. We're back with 2 very good players, which is just what we were talking about. Yes, you have good reasons, and Michael is obviously a very formidable opponent for you. Michael, when you're selling one of your RVs, do you come out there with whammy onto the floor?
I do, but they don't know what it's for.
Oh, tell me, would you buy a used car off of this moose? We'll see you next time on Card Sharks. Have yourself a good day. Bye-bye for now.
A representative of the studio audience will receive Hamilton Beach's new espresso coffee maker, brews 1 to 4 Demitasse espresso cups in a carafe. Convenient on-off switch, double spout nozzle fills 2 separate cups, furnished by Hamilton Beach Scoville. And some of our contestants will receive from Amity a man's leather set, featuring the genuine Body Bill fold in Bandito cowhide. So soft and flexible it conforms to every body Amity. And Hamilton Beach's revolutionary new 2001 space-age electronic computer blender. Touch controls for 16-speed selection timer, digital readouts from Hamilton Beach Scoville, and a selection of Tenty products. The great new building set from Hasbro. With Tenty, it's a snap to be a better builder. And West Clocks looks ahead in time. The smartly styled, compact, Big Ben, solid-state, LED, digital AM, FM, instant-on clock radio. West Clocks by Tally Industries. This is Gene Wood speaking for Card Sharks, a Mark Goodson-Bill Todman production.